Would you like to learn about our $750 per month for 12 months world tour experience? We traveled the world all year in 2019, visiting 7 countries and spent just under $18,000, including flights. That breaks down to about $1,500 US per month for 2 people, which is approximately $750 per month per person, including flights. This is Dan of Vagabond Awake, the YouTube channel for Vagabond Buddha. I know that many of you are paying more than that for just your car payments and car insurance for 2 people. So I would expect you to think that I am full of crap. So I thought I would show you where these numbers come from. Starting in April of 2018, 𝐂𝐒𝐒 of Hobo Ventures, link provided, started keeping track of our expenses. I had lost my most recent consultancy contract that month, and I asked 𝐂𝐒𝐒 if she could help me keep expenses down, since I did not yet know how long it would take to find a new contract, or even if I would want one. Here's a summary of the data she collected in 2019. I'll show you 2018 in a moment. As you can see, there's 6 countries listed here and the dates we visited, and some countries like Vietnam, we visited 11 cities while touring around there for 3 months. Other places like Spain, we only had time to see one city. But it breaks down to about $18,000 for the whole year, including airfare, which breaks down to about $51 per day, including airfare for 2 people. If you add medical expense to that for 2 people for that year 2019 that we actually spent, you're looking at we're actually under $55 per day for 2 people, which is whatever that is, $27.50 per day per person. According to her figures, even if you add the medical and dental we received in 2019, you're still under $55 a day for 2 people. Now, I'm not saying that you will be able to do what we have done. Most of you will likely spend more for 2 people. A few of you will spend less. But let's peek at her records for a minute and see how she came up with these numbers. So I thought I would show you, this is the summary of 2019 world travel expenses here. And it has each of the countries we visited. And it talks about each city in that country, how many, or not each, but how many we visited, a start date, end date, a cost, airfare, visa costs, total costs, and a per diem cost. The per diem cost is the cost here divided by the number of days. Spain, of course, would be more expensive than Malaysia, about half price for Malaysia. And then down here you have the total for the whole year. Now this includes the flight also. Down here you see the number of days, 344 days. And here you see the per diem, including airfare, which is $51. That's for both people. This is for both people, $18,000. If you add in medical, it's less than $55, and so that breaks down to about $1,500 a month, which is a $750, even including medical. Now this is the only month we actually had medical. Because I don't have any medical conditions, nor does 𝐂𝐒𝐒, and we just go get checkups. So this is the cost of going to Bangkok and getting just crazy amounts of checkups. I try to do every other year, MRIs, blood tests, CAT scans. They have a crazy list of things they check, and I'm in great health. So anyway, at the bottom here, you'll see this is just the summary, and then it goes through each of the countries that we visited. Like this is for Cambodia. It started on December the 4th and it ran through December 22nd, and it has the price per night of each of these guest houses. It has the if we took a bus or taxi, restaurants, grocery stores, alcohol, snacks, personal items or medicine, internet cards, tours, and souvenirs, and then it has little notes here to remind us something's unusual. And then down at the bottom here it has the total for the place. For example, in Cambodia, for those dates, it's $1,156 is what it breaks down to. And then like Vietnam, we were there from September 5th. We had a 90-day visa. We were there all the way until I think it's around December 5th, something like that. And all the expenses are here, same things. Price per night. These are in Dong reports, buses, restaurants, grocery stores, alcohol, snacks, souvenirs, and then same thing down at the bottom. There's oh, here it is. So there's the Vietnamese total on top, and it's 1328. Oops, sorry. It was 39.72. So for the 3 months, it was almost 4,000 it cost us. And that's the cost number you see on the table. And then each of the places we went to, Thailand, Malaysia, they're all in this table here, Spain. And so that's where all the numbers come from. And now let me talk a little bit about the two summaries I'm going to show you. I would like to make a few comments about anomalies in the expense summaries. I'll start with 2019 summary. As I discuss the summaries, I'll show you pictures from our travels, but feel free to open the summary in another window if you want to see what I'm talking about. To open the summary, just click the More Information link in the notes below this video, and you'll be able to pull up a web page that will have the 2018 and 2019 summaries on it, and you'll be able to look at what I'm talking about. Okay, as I said, for 2019, Cambodia shows a per day rate of $64 per day for 2 people. That's because we ate every meal in restaurants and we did a bunch of tours. We had super cheap nightly rent rates, but so we ate in the European restaurants. There's also local owned restaurants, but we were eating in these European chef operated restaurants, which was a nice change after spending 90 days in Vietnam. If we lived there and cooked most of our meals in Cambodia, I'm pretty sure we would be able to get the daily rate well below 40 per night for 2 people, including everything. Make sure to check out our How to Tour Cambodia for cheap report at Vagabond Buddha. Just click Retire Cheap Reports at Vagabond Buddha at the top. Okay, Thailand shows 75 per night for 2 people. That's because we had to fly to Phuket from Penang. We could have taken the train up from Malaysia, but we learned that they had just changed the visa requirements, saying that if you arrive by air, you get a 30-day no visa rule. But if you arrive by land, you only get 2 weeks. That flight cost us $379 for 2 people. The second visit to Thailand, we were able to get a cheaper flight to Krabi for $134 for 2 people, and that's the difference there. Make sure to get a copy of our Best Place to Retire in Thailand ebook at Vagabond Buddha. Okay, Spain. Spain shows 88 per day for 2 people, of course, which you can beat by living further away from the city center. We were right in the mix. And you can save money by leasing for a year instead of paying the nightly rate as we did. We were only there for 5 days, so. Okay, Malaysia. Malaysia's a few $100s cheaper than it should be in 2019 because we spent a few weeks at Chung Hoi's family home in Malaysia, so we didn't pay rent while we were there. That's a few of the anomalies I wanted to point out for 2019. Okay, let's peek at the 2018 World Travel Expense Report for 2 people. Again, it's in the same spot. Click the link below the video, pull it up, take a peek. It's on the webpage. First notice it's not a full year. Chung Hoi started keeping expenses in April of 2018 after I lost my consultancy contract, so it only covers for 259 days. Second, you'll notice we were just spending more in 2018 than we were in 2019. That's for a couple reasons. One, when I do have a contract, I make a lot of money and we don't really worry about money at all. We just spend it. Once I got notice I wouldn't have a contract, I was going to try to make things last without going deep into savings as long as possible. And so we talked about it. I was going to say, hey, let's keep it below $2,000 a year. And Chung Hoi said she'll shoot for 1,000, but we really didn't get that underway until late into 2018 and 2019. So that's why it's more in 2018. So Peru is a super cheap place to be. I'm showing here at 86 per day for 2 people. But we were going on a bunch of tours while we were there, and we were eating most of our meals out in restaurants. If we retired in our favorite spot in Peru, it's called 𝐼𝐸𝐵, link provided of our retired cheap report there, I'd be willing to bet that we could cut that daily rate in half by cooking at home 80% of the time, and by leasing rather than paying by the night. We were moving through Peru, as it shows in the report. We saw 12 cities. Peru is the Egypt of, it's sort of the Rome of South America. I mean, there's just so much to see there, and you really don't want to miss it. You don't want to scrimp while you're there if you're traveling through, but once you settle down, you'll be able to save a lot of money in Peru. Okay, Portugal is also higher than it would be if we lived there for the same reasons. In Portugal, we spent 109 per day for 2 people, and we could easily knock probably 40 to 50% off that. Make sure to read our retirement tour of Portugal if you're thinking of retiring there. We loved Porto the best. There's also a link to the retired cheap report for Porto. Okay, Budapest is not really that cheap. We're showing 38 per night. That's actually what we spent, but we stayed with one of Chung Hoi's runway model friends while we were there, so we saved money on overhead. And then Scotland's also cheaper than it should be. We were staying with my sister while we were in Scotland. Okay, thanks for listening to our $750 a month for 12 months world tour experience. Visit Vagabond Buddha. Click the link on the webpage here, or visit Vagabond Buddha, get a copy of my retire cheap reports, or get a free copy of my How to Fire Your Boss and Travel the World. Thanks for listening. Take care. Oh, and don't forget to click like, leave a comment, subscribe, or share. That will really help our business. Thanks so much.